Go.
Hello, I am Team Conrad, and here's why you should be too. What if the character everyone calls cold, distant, and complicated is actually the one who loves the deepest? Let's talk about why Conrad isn't the villain of the story, but actually the heart and the better choice. Even if you've never read the books or seen the show, The Summer I Turned Pretty, you should listen to this because it is about recognizing how we can misjudge people. And we are going to take a look at qualities that really matter in relationships, like loyalty and emotional maturity. Conrad Fisher is the better choice for Belly because not only is his love stronger and deeper than his brother's, but because he always shows up for Belly, no matter what, and puts her happiness first. I believe I'm qualified to speak on this topic today because I have been a long-time fan of the series ever since 5th grade when I read the book series and became obsessed with them. Not only have I read all of the books, but I have even watched the TV show. That, coupled with the extensive research on these characters, I would say I have quite a lot of knowledge on this subject. The three main points I'm going to talk about today are Conrad's character, Conrad's emotional growth, and Jeremiah versus Conrad's treatment of Belly. So for a quick plot summary, if you've never seen this show, The Summer I Turned Pretty is a book series turned hit TV show. It follows Belly Conklin on a journey of self-discovery and her struggles with romance. She and her family visit her mother's best friend's beach house and spend the summer with both of their families. The story follows Belly as she has relationships with both of the Fisher brothers. The story also deals with the death of Susanna Fisher, a close family friend of the Conklins. This is Belly Conklin, our main character. This is Conrad Fisher and Jeremiah Fisher. They're brothers, and they're both the main love interest. So for my first main point, Conrad's character. He always tries to do the right thing. He said, "It's not about winning for me, it's about doing things the right way." That he was talking to his brother, Jeremiah, our other main love interest, about Belly, about taking her to a ball, and he's saying it's not about winning, he just wants to do what's right because he loves her. He's gentle, he's selfless, he's observant, and protective. Even though in season 1 we see him being more moody and cold, this all stems from a place of care. He's hiding the real problem to not ruin everyone's summer and feelings. And another example is he spent hours at the fair trying to win Belly Junior Mint because she wanted that stuffed animal so badly. She didn't even ask him, he just did it because he wanted to make her happy. He wants to always make other people happy. For example, he was happy after he and Belly had almost kissed, and when his brother Jeremiah came downstairs, he was upset because Conrad had used the last of the coffee, but Conrad offered it to him because that's who he is, and he was just in a good mood and wanted to please someone else. And in season 1 of the TV series, Belly competes in a volleyball tournament for charity and really wants to win. Jeremiah wasn't helping her, and he was messing around, not taking it seriously, so she subbed him out for Conrad. He immediately stepped up to the plate and helped her win, because it was important to her. Now that we have touched on Conrad's character, I want to show you his emotional maturity and how he has grown his maturity throughout the series. So first, he finds out about his mom's cancer at the beginning of the series, and he keeps it hidden to not trouble anybody. He acts moody because he's dealing with the trauma and stress of knowing about his mother's cancer. This causes everyone to be worried about him and causes him to act out. But his intention behind it is to not be a burden on anyone. He didn't want to ruin anyone's time. Another example is that how he reacts to Belly and Jeremiah being together. Immediately he backs off and asks Belly if she wants to be with Jeremiah. He doesn't act mad. In fact, he's understanding. He understands where she's coming from. Conrad even offers to help tell Jeremiah and find a solution to not upset anyone. He doesn't make Belly feel like the villain in the situation. Finally, he's going to therapy. We all love a man in therapy. He's actively working on his faults and his mental health. He realized that he couldn't handle his emotions by himself and that his grief was hurting other people around him. So he got help from a professional to better himself. Conrad's growth shows how deeply he cares, but the real difference becomes clear when we look at how the other brother treats Belly. And this is where Jeremiah's actions start to fall apart. Jeremiah set off a firework at Belly and Conrad during an intimate moment. Jeremiah got jealous that Conrad and Belly were about to kiss, and he tried to ruin their intimate moment down by the dock. Not only that, but he put them in harm's way. They could have seriously been injured. Thankfully, they were not. But Jeremiah couldn't handle the fact that Conrad and Belly were both happy with each other, and he acted incredibly immature. Conrad has always been in love with Belly, while Jeremiah only wanted a romantic relationship with her because of his internal competition with his brother Conrad and because she became stereotypically pretty. Conrad always wanted to hang out with Belly, help her dance, he taught her about infinity, he even gave her an infinity necklace, which was deeply meaningful to her. And at the beginning of the series, he straight out said that she looks better with her glasses, meaning that he doesn't only like her because she got stereotypically prettier. Well, Jeremiah has only ever viewed Belly as a best friend until he realized that she got prettier and that Conrad was interested in her. Jeremiah was always complaining when he had to bring Belly along places when they were younger, whereas Conrad always offered for her to tag along and enjoyed her company. Finally, Jeremiah cheated on Belly. Compared to Conrad, who hadn't been in another relationship since Belly, which in the book it's been 4 years, and for the TV show it's about 2 to 3. Jeremiah and Belly were dating all throughout college, and during Belly's junior year, which would be Jeremiah's senior year, Jeremiah cheats on Belly while on a frat spring break trip. He cheats on her with Lacey Barone, who is a woman from another frat, and he never tells Belly. And when he gets back from their trip, he makes up with her and goes about their life. Meanwhile, months later, Belly finds out about the cheating at a frat party and breaks up with Jeremiah. Jeremiah then impulsively proposes to Belly to win back her forgiveness. Jeremiah never even helped plan the wedding and didn't take it seriously, leading to further problems that would lead to ending their engagement. On the other hand, Conrad never got over Belly. He moved to California, which everyone else lives on the East Coast, to attend Stanford Medical School and keep distance from Belly and Jeremiah since it hurt to be near them. He never stopped loving Belly, but backed off out of respect for her decision to be with Jeremiah, because all he wants is for her to be happy. Conrad even helped Belly plan the wedding, gave her emotional support, and even got Belly's mom to accept the wedding and attend wedding functions. Conrad thought Jeremiah was treating her good and made her happy. However, when he found out that Jeremiah cheated on Belly, his perspective changed. Although Conrad is in love with Belly and she broke off her engagement, he waited until she was ready to enter a relationship again, to not make her uncomfortable across any lines. In the end, everything about Conrad shows why he is the person who truly fits Belly. His character has always been grounded in depth, loyalty, and a quiet kind of love that doesn't beg for attention, but still feels steady and real. As the story goes on, we watch him open up, face his pain, and grow emotionally in ways that prove how deeply he cares. And when we compare how each brother treats Belly, the difference becomes impossible to ignore. Jeremiah often loves loudly but inconsistently, while Conrad shows his love through patience, respect, and putting Belly's feelings before his own. When you bring all these pieces together, it becomes clear that Conrad isn't just the brooding brother, but instead he's the one who loves her in a way that lasts infinitely. This is why Team Conrad isn't just a side to pick, it's the choice that's right. And these are my works cited.